The Acting Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Egbetokun, says 40,000 specially trained elite officers are going to be deployed to the newly created Special Intervention Squad of the Nigerian police. Egbetokun said this on Monday in Abuja at a conference with the commanders of the Police Mobile Force, the Special Protection Unit, and other tactical units. He noted that the squad would consist of selected officers from the pool of existing PMF personnel and other tactical units, and will be deployed to areas plagued by unrest and turmoil in the country. Well, we have Arise analyst Dayo Sobowale here with us to discuss the plans by the Inspector General of Police and his new tactics to combat insecurity in the country. Good to have you in the studio with us today. Good afternoon.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here.
Good to see you, sir.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
So with this injection of 40,000 new individuals, specially trained tactical units, do you think this will have a greater impact on our national security?
Well, it's bound to. And the man making the decision knows his onions because he's gone through the ranks. The people are not new. It's from the force, mobile police force and other units. 1,000 to be stationed in each state and 4,000 on standby. They are not to be involved in normal policing, but normal policing will not stop as a result of that. But there will be 1,000 in each state. The 4,000 will be at the ready to be deployed at any point. What he's trying to do is to guarantee internal security. And it should be encouraged. The police should be encouraged. Let me make a digression and a comparison. In the state of Florida, in the US, the governor, DeSantis, who Trump said he made president, you get me? The police union in that state have endorsed that governor for the presidency come 2024 against Trump. And what did they say? That he has interest in security, reduction of crime, and has increased the salaries of police people, and he has not followed the policy of defunding the police, which other states did, and making a scapegoat of those who keep the law. We should encourage the police. He is on the right track, this particular IG. And then, of course, if you see his background, he's a mathematician and engineer. So he's using what they call logical, methodological strategies because he knows the terrain. He has been security officer to the present president before, and he has been a lecturer before. But his concept is that he wants all officers, all the units to be involved so that the police can attain excellence, integrity. Excellence and integrity. Yes.
Because we know that it is the Nigerian police, like some people will say, those in power and authority, they're a reflection of the country that we have. They don't come from moon or anywhere. Right. So now if you have the police that they're putting a special force together, it is from the same police that a lot of Nigerians have complained that there's a level of corruption, there's a level of inefficiency, there's a level of excessive use of force, there is a level of incompetence. How do you expect him to find within that group of core policemen that we have alleged to not be that good, to find the ones that will do this special force that he wants?
In all cases, in any system, everybody cannot be bad eggs, they cannot be bad. There must be good ones. And in this particular police you are talking about, most of the officers, in spite of the problem is the reputation of the police. The reputation of the police is in poor shape, especially after the SARS and SARS. So he will try to boost their morale, or else they are in the pits. Get me? What he's speaking is not a new force. He's speaking from his men, all sections. And you may not believe it. If you have police officers as friends, it is while they are on, okay, he graduated at Unilag, but most of them, while they are on duty, that they read law. So they know the law inside out. It's a matter of deployment. But then you know the situation in the country, the power tussle, and the ethnic, religious undercurrents. But it has changed now. It has changed now.
So.
And then this Inspector General has the ear and loyalty of the new president. So he knows what he has to do. He has to secure all of us. See, I think the way he's trying to do it is to make police so combat ready that we will not need the army for internal arrest, terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, and all these things happening to us.
Should we be expecting him to come up with a clear strategy on retraining?
They are all there.
The
Promise
staff,
that.
because there is a need for some
Training,
kind of
yes.
training to get those policemen to begin to
Yeah.
do the right thing.
Look,
he has
said,
good intentions.
He said those 1,000 in the States, while they are there, they will be undergoing training. While a detachment, extracted from the staff force of the police, will be looking at frontline policing.
There's also fears that with the situation, the economic situation in the country, and every normal Nigerian is having to tighten their belts. And the issue with the police before was maybe lack of incentive. They weren't being paid their salaries, their pensions, their et cetera, et cetera. They put themselves at risk at the front lines, and when unfortunately someone passes, their children and their families aren't taken care of. I'm wondering what's being done in the back end in terms of their welfare, especially knowing that we're broke
salvation.
As a country.
Of recent, they were talking of pensions for police. And there is a law passed by the National Assembly that they should be included in non-contributory pension. Do you get me? Like the military and the intelligence bodies. But some people objected, saying that they will embezzle the money and all that. But you see, we need, that's why I give this example of Dos Santos in Florida. Why they are supporting the governor is because he has invested in their training, giving them good salaries, you get to now, so that they are ready to die. Literally,
so
for him. So we should to encourage our police.
So two things come out from what you're saying. Now, one is I just saw one of the very well-known faces in the Nigerian police force, which is Frank Mba, who was the spokesperson for the, the spokesperson, now AIG. Now, him being, he's being promoted to DIG actually. He's been promoted to DIG. So him promoted to DIG means that there will be a big gap in terms of the people that will speak for the police, because like you said, the image of the police is not at a very high level. The PR is bad. So there is a need for them to develop the likes and the next generation of Frank Mba that will help to push it. That's one. And then two, in terms of remuneration of the police, that's a big issue. The government and the police itself has got to think that. Yes. The social welfare benefits. So those are the things we would like you to speak to. What are the things that you think this Inspector General of Police or Acting Inspector General of Police must seriously consider and say, I have to do this, go to the president, get the money, and begin to invest in the development of the police?
Country first. No, you have to secure. See,
but if
you must agree.
To secure a country with the people that you said are not that effective, not
motivated to do their job because you haven't paid them in 6 months, and they're begging for money on the streets from random drivers.
There's a new leadership. You see, if you have a problem, you don't go to sleep overnight. You make the best of what you have. You do a SWOT analysis. You know what that is? You look at your strengths and weaknesses and opportunities and threats. He must have done that.
Well,
he's an engineer.
Mr. Sobowale, just because we're almost out of time.
And you do the best of what you have.
In all of this discussion of these 40,000 tactical units, there's not much discussion of technology. We do know that technology is one of the things that put a lot of nations over the line in terms of trying to combat non-state actors. There's no discussion about
technology and training.
But
And research.
there's the training of the physical human body. We've dealt with that.
Yes.
But the technology for surveillance, the money being put into counter surveillance for tactical, all these there's not much discussion. So what could be the difference to what's already been done before?
This is a police leader with an engineering background.
Well,
You will not be a total stranger to IT or use of such a satellite TV and things like that to monitor. Of course, the technology must be its first priority.
okay.
So I guess that
And then
means
society
we're
is contributing
expecting-
too. Society, you must have seen some big gifts they have given them over the years. It's only they are not well deployed. But I'm sure they have resources, but they are not well deployed.
Okay,
That's
so-
part of the problem.
Thank you very much. So we will expect that the PR people will be working to share the information.